Whew, how's it going? Cold here today. It was minus 26, minus 27. In 2 days, it's going to be like plus 7. What? And then the following 10 days are all going to be 5, 7, 5. Oh my goodness. I didn't start a fire last night. I didn't stoke it up before I went to bed. I could see my breath when I came down this morning. So it was kind of chilly. My coffee was just still steaming. So Pullshislevers, once again, is making promises. Writing checks, his mouth is writing checks, his ass can't cash, as the saying goes. So it looked like he was in a defunct auto plant, right? Which they are now. And he's talking about, well, Kuzma's coming up, and he's got an idea that he's sure President Trump is going to go for the same President Trump that you were against when you were trying to get elected. But now he's going to be on board with whatever your nonsense is. Like you have any saying that you have no power, right? Well, if his plan. If America comes back and starts lets them build cars again, though he's going to stop tariffs and he's going to make it so that there's no GST if you want for us buying a car that's built by Canadians in Canada, and he's going to stop EVs from China and Russia from having spyware and something about the subsidies, which I said we all knew that once those Chinese car that deal was made, who's buying them? Well, we are because well, Canada's holding our old age money hostage. That's where it's invested, in case people didn't know. Anyway. So he's going to promise to do all that. And then he gets a stab in on Mark Carney and says, well, Carney knows this, he says this, but his climate emissions goal can only be achieved by EVs. Well, there you go right there. Like the whole idea of electric cars, what I said it was minus 26 this morning, man. Like, give me a break. Okay? So we're going to buy these cars from the world's largest polluter. We do so much business and staff our country with drivers, truck driving killers, and coffee servers. India, the next second biggest polluter in the world. But, Canada's got to do their part to reduce emissions. Who else in the world still believes in that nonsense? We know what Germany still pretends to. Do they still pretend to? While they have open pit coal mines, right? Are they still pretending? Or are we the only ones? So here in Canada, where if you deny the transgender nonsense and speak biological facts about men and women, yeah, you're labeled a denier and you get fined. Just look to BC, you'll get fined. We live in a country where like I spoke of the other day, where Canada rolls out the natives when they need them to do stuff for them, or else you're not going to get no more money. Look at all that the mass graves hoax, all the hate that got spewed from them, burning churches, all that crap. No one's ever been held accountable for that, even though we all know it's a lie. We just don't talk about it, and it quietly goes away. Just like how the government quietly stopped investigating it. Remember I made a video, me and some others, a big stink about that woman they hired at a ridiculous salary to come up with a ruling on it. Well, where was that? It never happened. The government just quietly stopped funding it and went away. But meanwhile, those Indians that started all that big lie, which they knew was a lie, or they're idiots, no one's punished, right? And then we have that. Now we have a national statutory holiday based on a fucking lie, right? Reconciliation, truth and reconciliation. Well, how about telling some truth, right? No. And what else in Canada? We have, we're going to say abortion laws. We have no laws. In Canada, abortions is like Wild West free. Leftist Americans drool over having how it is in Canada. Right, baby killing extraordinaire in Canada is, right? We don't talk about that either. No politicians talked about it since back in the Dr. Mordecai days. Remember that? That's how far back you got to go before you hear any kind of politician say anything on that. So abortions in Canada are just like Wild West, man. Right? There's no standards, no rules, no nothing. They never get spoken of. Oh, Canada, we're such good people. Oh. Yeah. But Pullshislevers made his talk, and he was mumbling and fumbling. He sounded like Mark Carney, and he sounded like Justin Trudeau. As he spewed out more Pullshislevers promises. The only thing that promises that guy's going to keep is to keep us down and to give themselves more raises. What an idiot. Who believes any of that stuff, right? Okay, so, and keeping in that vein, Auntie Igloo there, the one that crossed it from Nunavut, I saw her on Indian CTV, or Indian CBC rather. That's APTN, fully funded by us, right? And I watched it twice. She didn't say, she didn't, what an idiot, man. The takeaway I got from there was when she said, oh, that her constituents, they wanted her to change her mind. Oh, so this is what happens when you give Indians the vote, right? They're uninformed. They don't do nothing. They're just voting for Auntie. Okay, well, Auntie wants to do this. But we're going to do that too. What are we going to get from the government? Okay, we're changing. Yeah, we want you to do that. Is that true? Or is she just making that up? Right? Well, I would rather she talked about the $500,000 she took to for her company during COVID, which is a pile of crap, or her child molesting son that's still facing charges. Well, I guess that's not going to go anywhere now since she's a liberal now. No, no. In a couple weeks, Canadians won't even talk about any of that. They're like, oh, well, yeah, right? What's wrong with us, man? You can't make this stuff up, folks, can you? You just can't. Pierre pulls his lever. Oh, he's going to stop the tariffs, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do that, and he's not going to do anything. He has never done anything in his whole career. He's never done anything, and as opposition, he's never stopped anything. Right? He just makes lots of noise. Who believes in it? Who believes in any of that stuff? I know people that watch me. Some of you have like expressed support for him in the past, but that's kind of waned now, right? Because people are seeing him for what he is. Just another lying sack of shit Canadian politician. Belongs to the one party. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.